Wait a second. Revisit to Ani, Part 5. The trip is over, but journey never ends. Well, I'm happy to greet you again at my channel. Unfortunately, all good things do come to an end, and this is going to be my final video of Ani for now. We will look at two of my favorite landmarks and even get a glimpse of another country. Anyway, let's go. In front of us is a 13th century Church of Tigran Honents. Actually, before proceeding further, note that on the other side of this canyon lies Armenia. Akhurian River acts as a border. Treaty of Kars, signed on October 13th, 1921, ratified the border between Soviet Union and Turkey, leaving important Armenian heritage sites such as Ani, Kars, and Mount Ararat under Turkish control. The church was commissioned by merchant Tigran Honents and completed in 1215. It might come as a surprise to those who watched all of my Ani videos, but the actual name of the church is Saint Gregory of Tigran Honents. They sure love Saint Gregory in these parts. At the time of the completion, Ani was under Georgian rule, and most likely this church was actually a Georgian Orthodox church or followed an Eastern Orthodox rite, as opposed to adhering to the Armenian apostolic tradition, as most of the Ani churches. Look at the archway to the left. It was an entrance to the narthex. Narthex is sort of like a lobby of the church. We also can see some washed out frescoes that decorated the narthex. It is believed that narthex was a later addition to the church, and eventually parts of it did collapse. We are now stepping inside of the Tigran's church. It is lavishly decorated with frescoes, also dating back to the 13th century. The frescoes portray two main themes: the life of Christ and the deeds of Saint Gregory. Unfortunately, what we are also witnessing is absolutely disgusting vandalism and defacement to these artworks. Ani is a designated UNESCO heritage site. However, the ongoing neglect is appalling. It would be best to have the access inside Tigran's church restricted, with visitors only allowed to look through the bars. I'm leaving Tigran's church behind and heading down the rugged path toward the river. Follow me. The border is near. Down below, we see the monastery of the Trepsimian Virgins. The way down to the chapel is precarious, so I take my time to descend. The monastery chapel was constructed between 11th to 13th centuries. The outside design is intricate, while inside is plain and also defaced. I'm right at the border. From each direction, I sense the watchful and unwelcoming eyes of the guards. I elect not to chance my luck and decide to leave. The handful of monks continued to inhabit the grounds of the monastery up until mid-19th century, and now I'm following their footsteps as I leave this picturesque site. With a heavy heart, I have to say that the trip to Ani is over. I spent roughly 8 hours at the site on 2 separate visits and still have not managed to see everything. I had a rental car and it gave me flexibility. There are public tours from cars, but those give you about 2 hours at most to explore Ani. The hotels can probably help you to arrange a private tour as well. I highly recommend that you read about Ani prior to your visit. The best website where I took about 85% of the information is Virtual Ani. I'll leave the link to the description to each of my Ani videos. While Ani is a UNESCO site, the state of some of the buildings and the defacement of the frescoes is appalling. It did slightly spoil the overall experience. Nevertheless, a visit to Ani is probably the best travel experience I had. And if you like ruins and off the beaten path adventure, Ani is waiting for you. The last words of wisdom is while this trip is over, the journey never ends.